I was getting out of camp Alphabet. I went to camp in '83. When I got out of camp at 17, the world was different. To talk about camp, you got to talk about like the juvenile hall experience first, because of the fact that this is like once again I say we were so localized. We didn't have cars. Our exposure was changing because of the fact that we were only us. You know, as independent groups, we were only among us and those the closest to us that we were exposed to. Going to camp now, I'm in jail with Bloods and Crips from Compton, Watts, from fucking Pasadena, from you name it in LA County, they're there.
You're getting a gang lesson from hoods you never heard of, probably.
Never met dudes, and I'm educating dudes on about rolling 20s. We in there, we in the hall, we fighting, we in there because we earning respect doing what we do. You know what I mean? Because through the system, you're blood, you're gonna do some fighting, especially at that point in time, considering what the numbers were. See what I'm saying? So you're gonna get in a fight. You're gonna have a fight. You know what I mean? You're blood. You're gonna get in the fighters. You're gonna get some fights up in here. We up in here fighting. We doing what we do. You know what I mean? Everybody doing what they got to do to exist. You represent your hood. You might be the only one that ever came through here from your hood. Some of these dudes ain't never heard of your hood. So therefore, you earning respect for your hood. You understand what I mean? So it's like, and then on top of that, you're in there with the rivals. And there's no escaping this. There's no getting away from this. They're everywhere you go, you're everywhere they go. So now, you know what I mean, the way the world works is that everybody's gonna always see you and they're gonna say that's such and such from such and such, and you're gonna see them say, ain't that motherfucker whoop-de-whoop right there, da-da-da. Funny thing was that when I was doing time, like I never had issues with the local Crips. That was funny. Now, I done had fights with Crips from other places. There was from other sets, other places far away, but people knew me locally. Because like I say, I was gangbanging a lot. The thing about me was I was a gang member long before a lot of guys my age. So a lot of guys locally knew me. You know what I mean? I knew from school or from somewhere nearby, I knew your ass from somewhere. You know what I mean? I never had issues with the dudes locally. It was dudes from far out somewhere. You know what I mean? I might get in a fight with a motherfucker from where it might be from Compton. I might get in a fight with a motherfucker from motherfucking Gardena. Or I might, you know what I mean? I might get in a fight with a motherfucker from Carson or something. You know what I mean? Somebody that comes from somewhere other than near me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's just the basis of that. I learned this among men, among males, we have to always establish dominance. Every time we enter a new space, we have to establish dominance. And it's always that way. Jail, when you hit that juvenile hall, because juvenile hall is the primary training ground. You're gonna be it or you're not. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna see you, where you from, blood? Where you from, cuz? Where you, da-da-da-da-da-da. When I went to camp, and it was the same thing. But by that time, I've already gone through this inside of in the juvenile hall. So the same people I was in camp with, I encountered in juvenile hall. I mean, the same people I was in juvenile hall with, I encountered in camp. Juvenile hall is just where you're gonna go until you go to court and you get sentenced. You're not going. It's like going to county jail. You're gonna be there until you get sentenced. When you get sentenced, you're gonna go somewhere else and do your time. Okay, think about it, D. It's like a county and a state, because you know typically you go to the county and the county holds you. Once you get sentenced, then you enter the state. It's the same type of thing. It's like being an adult, going from the county, getting sentenced to a county year, and you get sent to Wayside. See what I'm saying? Same type of situation. You know, those are the only differences.
So when you went to do this time in camp, had your older brothers already go through the system yet, or were you the first one?
No, my oldest brother had already been in prison. My oldest brother went to prison in, I think he went to prison in 81.
Wow. I always hear these stories about your brother, about Crazy B. By the time I met him, you know, he had already been retired.
Right, he was
such
slowed
a really
down.
Nice, cool guy.
Right.
And I can't picture, you know, this beast that all these stories that I hear.
This is the thing. If you look at us, right, and if you look back, it's like comparing the generations, right? The first one created the persona. You understand what I mean? Like you got guys now that got all these names and they got a name and it'll be like number 5, 6, 7, and 8. You be looking like, motherfucker, I'm a baby, tiny little infant. Damn, motherfucker, how many far you down the line? I know the first one, but the first one was the one that created the name. You see what I'm saying? And he was that way because he was active. He was active in the prison. See, now remember this, when we like I say, when we became NHB, when we put the B on NH, I think he might have been the first one that took it to the prisons. He took NHB to prison. You see what I'm saying? And I remember when he was tattooing NHB on his arm, man. I never will forget this, and it was so different. I never will forget when he tattooed NHB on his arm, man. And he said, man, I can't never, and he influenced me. Something he did, when he did, my brother, he was one of my biggest influences. And he told me, he said, you tattooed a set on your arm, you cannot deny it now. That's why I tattooed Rollin 20s right here. Because there's a group of us. It was me, it was KK, and it was Fat Man. I was tattooing. And I'm young, I ain't never been in the county jail, I ain't never been to camp yet. Ain't never been to juvenile hall. I told him, I said, but from listening to the conversations of the old guys, or the older people been in jail already, I said the county jail jumpsuit, and from having visited the county jail, seen the jumpsuits, I said the county jail jumpsuit only comes to here, right? I said, so if you tattoo the set anywhere below your elbow, you can't deny it. KK had it tattooed. I think he got something like Rollin 20s or something tattooed right here. Fat Man, they got a tattoo like right here. And we was all, you know what I mean? It was interesting because through that was like just to give the acknowledgement of the fact that it is what it is. We are who we are. You know what I mean? And it was like we started tattooing. I remember when my brother tattooed NHB on his arm, and I remember an OG from the set said, man, you finna go to jail. You finna go to prison. Do you know what they gonna do to you? But it was what it was.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description. Thanks for watching StreetTV.net.